What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at the current coin market cap as well as DueDEX, our trading platform. Specifically in today's episode, I would like to discuss the very interesting moves that have been happening within the space. As you guys hopefully have been paying attention to the past couple of videos, we've been tracking a very interesting uptrend that has been forming on practically all of the cryptocurrencies, and after a few tweaks and adjustments to the chart, they seem to be all fairly in sync. So in today's episode, I would like to figure out as to where they're going to be going to, why we're seeing the sudden pop in the price. As we know, Bitcoin is currently trading at $7,500, which is phenomenal with its current peak at $7,800. And we're going to figure out, as you guys can see over here, where exactly the price is going to be going to. Are we going to see a potential correction to the downside? Where exactly is this move going to take us? Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This way it helps out the YouTube algorithm. And remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about cryptocurrency, feel free to DM me over there and I can get you an answer or just have a conversation about that. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So guys, I want to give a huge shout out for everybody supporting the channel. Huge shout out to all you guys. We're now at 14.8K on our way to 15,000 subscribers. And also I want to give a shout out to the crypto influencer Bitcoin giveaway that I have here. I'm going to give a quick refresh, but I think it is 7 days left in the drawing right now. It is a free $200 Bitcoin giveaway. It's my way of giving back to all you guys who have supported the channel, as well as who are potentially going through a rough time. I don't know, the economy and everything is going crazy. The world is going crazy. So I thought I would give a quick giveaway, $200, free to enter, very simple. The link is in the description. 7 days left, so definitely make sure to take advantage of that before it's gone. And we will most likely do a live stream drawing. I think that's pretty cool. Otherwise, let's jump into the rest of today's video. So as you guys can see, like I said, the past couple of days, we've been tracking a very interesting move within cryptocurrency. Literally, we can go back 3 or 4 days now, and we can see that we've been tracking an uptrend. But you notice back here that there was actually a drop in price where the price of crypto actually broke below our uptrend, and we figured this could be the start to a short. Well, after a few tweaks and adjustments, we managed to slightly move down the uptrend where it would actually reference the higher lows being set on the price, as you can see here. And after a few tweaks, you can see now that we have pretty much perfected the uptrend. This is now what we're going to be following. This makes a lot more sense. It's much more accurate for you guys, and it's definitely more helpful in charting. So what was interesting is just yesterday, we actually managed to track a very interesting uptrend. We actually broke through our resistance over here. You can see retesting that middle moving average, and we're starting to figure out exactly where this price is going to be heading to. So with that being said, I'd like to jump right into the technical analysis. As you guys can see, I want to do a quick refresh of the coin market cap just to make sure everything is on. There we go. You can see majority of the cryptos are still up. Tezos up 10%, odd, but majority of the cryptos are up maybe 1 to 2% at max, except for Litecoin, which is seemingly breaking bullish, fairly outside the other cryptocurrencies. The other ones seem to be more in sync. And with that being said, I would like to just jump onto the cryptocurrencies. So there's definitely some very interesting things here. I want to show you guys all the charts before we dive into the technical analysis. This is the Bitcoin chart. This is XRPs. This is Ethereum's. And then this is Litecoin. So we're seeing some very interesting movements. Bitcoin is clearly breaking above some of the other cryptos. It may be a little bit harder to follow with some of these lines. So I just want to delete them to make it a little bit easier for you guys. This should hopefully clear things up for you. I want to get rid of this as well and these over here. Now you can see what's happening is we actually came up finally, bouncing off our bottom support that you can see right here. Bouncing off here, we said back then 3 or 4 days ago that, you know, if you guys are a high risk trader, you could potentially be buying in and then expect to see that limit order all the way up to, as we see, $7,800. We played a conservative and said higher up to $7,400, but surprisingly, we managed to break through. So with the, the research that we did, we actually figured out that we are kind of hitting a bit of a resistance, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in today's episode, potentially discussing the downsides to the long-term uptrend that we've been seeing. So I have the Ethereum chart pulled up. I'm going to reference the XRP one as well, but you can see with Ethereum, the weird, interesting thing that I want to point out is with the price right now, we managed to upscale and break outside the resistance, as we know, broke above the middle moving averages, but we're hitting our resistance. Yesterday's candle wicked up above here, surprisingly, but we did consolidate back down. As you can see, these are the previous highs that we had just a couple of days ago, closer to $186. We are actually retesting that right now. So we are not overbought just yet on the daily, but if I show you guys the 4 hour on Ethereum, we're getting fairly close to that, and you can see the clear resistance that it's forming. You can see where we're having a bit of an issue breaking through this resistance level. Now, this necessarily isn't a bad thing, but what I'm predicting and expecting to see within the price of the coin is that we probably might see some consolidation. It would actually be extremely beneficial for this coin to come back down and retest its support once again, obviously creating a new higher low, retesting maybe closer to 178. So it would be a small drop in the price, about $10 within Ethereum. That is something maybe those high risk investors want to do and short this. That is a possibility, and that does follow through with Bitcoin and the other cryptos. And before I go a little bit further, I did actually put out a tweet, as well as I did update my Patreon charts. So for those of you who have me on Patreon, I actually put out a poll or just a general question asking your guys' feedback. It was great feedback all in all, but I did just recently post, I believe yesterday, some more charts and some more trades as to what I'm specifically going to be doing about this very odd uptrend that is forming here. So for those of you that don't have me but are interested in learning my specific trades, definitely make sure to hop onto my Patreon. The link is in the description for you guys to see what exactly is going on. And huge shout out to everybody joining my Patreon. We're pretty much almost at 100 followers on Patreon. It's absolutely amazing. So huge shout out to you guys for helping support the channel. Now, otherwise, you guys can see we're kind of hitting a peak here. We're hitting the resistance. You can see that there's a good chance we're going to end up consolidating, a good chance that we'll short this down like this. Now, we can either hit this bottom support that is being held at 172, or we'll just bounce off of here like this and then consolidate back up as we get closer to the apex. So there's a good chance we have, obviously until the first week into May, some consolidation back down, a short of 189, maybe down to potentially 175, and then some more consolidation back up. That's the, prediction that I have for Ethereum right now. Now, the cool thing is this transfers over to the other cryptocurrencies as they are fairly similar in the way the charts are moving. So with Bitcoin, you can see we're actually coming into a pickle. Now, yes, we did hit this resistance, this middle moving average, and yes, we do clearly have a resistance up at $7,800. This was drawn here, and you can see that yesterday's wick managed to hit it and consolidate back down. But ultimately, we can expect either a consolidation on this support level that we have at $7,400, or like I said, there's a good chance we could short it all the way down to its bottom support. Obviously, this is a high-risk trade. It's not something I personally would get involved in, but I did update you guys as to specifically what it is that my plan would be if I wanted to make a high-risk trade. Conservatively, my best approach would be to wait for the apex to actually clear, and then with that massive volume, we can easily figure out which direction it will go. So for example, this short would be very tiny. Obviously, with a high leverage, we can make quite a bit of profit. But if we wait for the apex to break, and let's say we short all the way down to $5,900, or we break bullish all the way up to $10,000 or $9,000, we'll know and we'll get that confirmation of which support or resistance is broken. And with that added room, we'll be able to conservatively make quite a bit of profits off of that. So when we look at the DueDEX chart here, you can see higher lows are being set. We broke above our massive resistance. If we just, flash back to the end or the beginning of January, when we managed to break through this resistance, we had a immediate surplus in volume and we shot up exponentially in price. That same thing is an option for DueDEX. It's huge. It's something we have to pay very close attention to. We may see a little bit more consolidation, but if we follow the previous bullish pattern that shot us up to $10,000, there's an extremely high chance we're going to continue that bullish uptrend to the upside. So with that information being said, for you guys to make profit off of here and cover your butt, cover both the shorting possibilities as well as the long leverage trade possibilities, use DueDEX. That is what I use. It has been extremely beneficial for my trades, with the option to obviously now, with the risk manager, create stop losses and take profits, as well as with our limit orders that can fill when the price gets to that level. We can buy long as well as sell short and leverage trade those options. So to have both areas of availability, and the fact that we can actually short Bitcoin literally covers our butt for either direction the crypto wants to break. So with that being said, there's a good chance we'll probably long it this time, but if you guys are a high risk trader, you can sell short for the small consolidation we could have back down to the uptrend, because we are getting slightly overextended and we are slightly moving away from this uptrend here. So those are the two options to consider. Now, to wrap up today's video, we're going to talk about XRP and Litecoin. You can see when you look at when you look at XRP, the same thing applies itself as the other cryptos. You can see that yesterday's candle, we wicked back up, retested an obvious resistance of 20 cents, and there's a good chance that we'll either head up higher and create a candle that actually retests this resistance and then consolidate down and then move back up, or we're just going to consolidate back down, regain another higher low, and then head back upwards. Regardless, we're going to head to this apex, and as a conservative trader, I'm waiting for this region to fill, and then we'll figure out which direction we break. Either we pop bullish or we break bearish and fall down to our bottom support. And then with Litecoin, the coin that's been doing fairly well, you can see with major leaps and bounds, we've come up to retest our previous resistance. We have 6 hours left for this candle to close, as you can see here. I want to see whether or not we can close above the $44 resistance, or if we can, or it's going to be a support right now, or if we close below the resistance and we start to trade downwards. Otherwise, today is a very good day to just prep yourself, get ready for the potential moves, and basically figure out our plan of action, because right now things aren't necessarily certain. There's some high risk trades involved, as well as some conservative trades that we could manage. All these will be found on my Patreon. But otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, take advantage of the giveaway. Link is in the description, and follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.